private law firm, and he's the president and board of directors of Children's Law Center in Minnesota. More importantly, he is also one of those wonderful lawyers in Minnesota who has been there for our children, especially our most needy children.
Thank you, Chief. The only reason I'm at this podium is that I can't say no to Gail Chang. I've never been able to say no. I always thought it was a character defect on my part, until I looked around and found that there were a lot of other people, some of whom are here today, I think, who couldn't say no to her either. At Children's Law Center, we have over 300 now volunteer attorneys who agreed to sit through a day of training from Gail Chang Board. There were also a few judges and lawyers, but mainly it was Gail Chang Board talking all day. They sat through a day-long training and then asked for the privilege to represent foster children in need of legal representation to make sure that their voices were heard. And over the 13 years that Gail has been at Children's Law Center, we served over 1,200 foster children. Now, I feel that I'm in better company these days when I realize that there are over 70,000 Ramsey County voters who also couldn't say no to Gail Chang. And I've decided that there are three reasons we all have difficulty. The first one is pure guilt. It's not in a bad way, even though Gail was a psychiatric social worker for 19 years before she became a lawyer. It's just that she works harder than anybody else. When my BlackBerry buzzes between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. at night, I don't even have to look to see who's sending me an email. It's Gail Chang Bohr at the office. After a long day in court, she goes back to the office when the phones aren't ringing, and that's when she gets all of her administrative work. The second reason that you can't say no to Gail Chang Bohr is persistence. And it's not really her fault. It's a survival instinct, I think, that she had to learn when you're 9 to 15 children. The only way, and I'm a veteran of a big family, the only way you get attention is either to be persistent or noisy or both. Gail was only persistent. The most recent example is when she asked me to speak about 10 days ago. She told me I had to keep it to 3 minutes, and I'm in danger of violating that, I realized. But she didn't count on just one email to me to say that it was 3 minutes. By my count, she told me 6 times in the last 10 days to keep it to 3 minutes. The 5th time was at 9 p.m. last Friday night. I was at the Mall of America with my 8-year-old daughter, the American Girl store. And in case I forgot overnight, she emailed me again at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. 3 minutes. The third reason that you can't say no to Gail Chang Bohr, that she's so persuasive, is her infectious enthusiasm. She likes people, she loves people, she understands how they work, she's dealt with people from all walks of life. Everyone likes to work with her. She's nationally known in the ADA as an advocate of children's rights. I've read about her a lot. She's convinced Judging Amy Judge to come to Minnesota to support this organization. And then she convinced the actual judge of Judging Amy to come to Minnesota to support this organization. Nobody can say no to her. And so we, on behalf of Children's Law Center, its staff, its lawyers, its volunteer lawyers, its 1,200 clients, we know that Gail Chang Bohr will make a wonderful judge. She will work hard, and Chief, I expect that she'll be a judge who will actually volunteer for those specialty courts, the juvenile, the family, the commitment courts. And lastly, Judge Lansing, this is appropriate for you, I can't wait until the first appellate court tries to say no to Judge Gail Chang Bohr. I predict it'll take at least 2 or 3 of you.